and welcome to another edition of the Comic Book Blog. I'm your host, Jim Houston. I looked at my YouTube page and I see I haven't talked to you all in about 2 months. That's been a while. The reason is it gets very expensive to upgrade my collection, so I do not upgrade every week. So today I'm wearing this Batman shirt that my sister-in-law Gail got for me for my birthday, and her husband Matty, who's doing a lot better. He's feeling great. I'm happy to hear that. So in addition to getting this comic book upgraded, which is Batman 5, I was mailed this package from my daughter in California. And I hope it's not food because I've been sitting on it for a while. I don't know what's in it, so we're going to see together. Usually I'll get a Star Trek, Star Wars, or Batman type gift from my daughter. She gave me the background images you see over here that are on a tin. A lot of stuff that I get is from family and friends. And like I got this Batman shirt from family. Let's see what's in here. Uh-oh. This is a lot of stuff in here. So, my grandchildren, they like the Paw Patrol, and Kate got them books, and also, of course, a nice Spidey Super Friends, Amazing Friends book. I've been reading to my grandchildren, and my wife also reads to the grandchildren. So that's really nice. But look what I got in here. This is great. I'm going to have to call my daughter and thank her. So this is a Batmobile for my Batmobile collection. I have a lot of Batmobiles, which I haven't really showed you all yet. And it's from the classic TV series. It's got Batmobile and Batman. It's from Jada. It's die-cast, so it's made of metal. This is great. So it survived being shipped from California. It was in a FedEx box. Ugh, really happy to see this. I'll show you some close-ups. So here's the Batmobile my daughter sent me from California. It's the classic TV series Batmobile. With, hey, almost looks like Adam West Batman standing there. It's by a company called Jada. It's on the Batman stand I bought on eBay. Right here. Look at that. Wow. Batmobile. It's die-cast metal. Classic TV series. This is really sharp. Take a look at the back. This is the 1966 version, Batmobile. And look at this, you could get a bunch of other ones. Also available. I think the next one I want is the last one here. From the animated series. So this is what happens. You tell people what you collect and what you like, and geez, if my daughter gets them, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more presents, Batman related. I didn't take it out of the box. I got a lot of stuff in the boxes. I got a lot of Batmobiles that are not in the boxes because we would usually buy 2 and let my sons play with the second one. So now, let's talk about this. This is Batman 5. I bought this new stand from eBay. It fits the comic pretty perfect. I don't really display my books. You know, gotta put them back in the bank vault when I'm done showing my blog here, but whatever. This looked cool to show it. Now, let me tell you about this. This was originally in my collection, and it was graded 4.5. Then we tried to have it cleaned and pressed. Phil did a great job, but we were submitting while they were training new guys, and even though the book came back with less notes and Batman's teeth and the moon were white, before that they had some like stained like pencil mark on it or something. They sent it back graded 4.0. Oh man, I opened the box live and I was livid. But luckily Phil kept the original label. We sent them the original label and the book back, and I asked them, how the heck could this be a lower grade with less notes and better appearance? So I kind of said I wanted to come back at 4.5. I just should have said, you should regrade this, because I swear I think this is a 5.0. But anyway, another story about Batman 5 was I had sold a bunch of books to a guy in Brooklyn, and then he had a Batman 5 I wanted. And because of the stupid bank rules, I had to withdraw money a little at a time from the bank. And then the day I was going to pick up the book, my wife had two contractors show up. And one of them had to go into the, quote, comic book room where all the Batmobiles and toys and stuff are on display. And another guy was talking about putting fences in and stuff. So the guy I was supposed to buy Batman 5 from was a contractor. He should understand when the contractors are running around your house, you got to wait for them to finish. And all of a sudden, I'm done. It's about, 2 hours later than we were supposed to meet. And he's like, well, if I sell you that book, I'm going to charge you $500 more money. I'm like, well, get the hell out of here. So this stayed in my collection until now. And I wound up bidding on the book we're going to look at now. So it's like the saga of Batman 5. And this one I won from, Metropolis Comic Connect. It's like two companies, and each one has its own website. And I think it was Comic Connect had the auction, and I won the auction, and this is the book we got. So my goal is to have all my comics in my Batman collection, 1 to 100, graded above either 5.5 or higher. And, as you can see, this is 4.5. So I bid on this, and I got to add more to the story. Another guy in Pennsylvania had a book, and, I kind of wanted to meet halfway between New Jersey and Pennsylvania to pick up the book. And I don't know, something happened, we didn't meet. And then I kept looking at the GPA, and I decided I don't want to pay that much for the book. So, I immediately released them the next day, saying, all right, you don't have to sell that to me. So going back and forth between the guy in Brooklyn and then me not buying a book, I released him from my verbal of, all right, I'll buy that. And then I decided, no, it's too much money. So I seem to do better at bidding on auctions, Heritage, Comic Connect. And even though there's a high fee for, the buyer's premium, my cost still goes down. That's amazing. All right, so in here is the Comic Connect. Receipt. And yeah, I still think mine looks better. But this is a 5.5. It's got off-white to white pages. And it's, of course, a full grade higher than my 4.5. There's a couple of little, I would call it a tape pull on Batman's arm. The thing that makes this comic famous is, hey, look, there's no bat on his chest. Not that it would have the yellow oval around it when this came out, because that didn't happen until, 1964. But they forgot the Batman emblem, the bat right there. But this is nice. His teeth are white. The moon is white. It's a little bit of an A here. I don't know what that is. But this is the comic from Comic Connect. But this is funny. See, it says Metropolis on the back. So it's both the same company, more or less. You know, Steve Fischler is Metropolis. And Vincent Zurzolo is Comic Connect. So the other thing I see looking at this, it says, from the collection of Eric Groves. I think one day all my comics, they're going to have to get put in new slabs if it gets sold through auction. And I wanted to say from the collection of Jim Houston. So here's the Batman 4.5 compared to the Batman 5.5 graded issues by CGC. Over here, it was cream to off-white in my original collection. I had it cleaned and pressed. I guess the spine could be a little more clean. There's Batman with no bat emblem on his chest. It's a Scales of Justice cover with Robin. Look how clean that moon is. There's Bob Kane's autograph. And somehow this came back 4.0. And we got it back to 4.5. So this one I just won in an auction from the collection of Eric Groves. Don't know who he is. Maybe I'll look it up. And you know, there's a little bit, it looks like tape pull. I'm not sure what it is. Could have been a color touch removal. At least it didn't put a hole in the book. And there's Robin. I don't know what that A is. It doesn't look like a date stamp. But I now have 5.5 graded Batman 5 in my collection. Here's the back covers, and this is my original. And of course, you all know the back cover also affects the grade, so it's a little dirty back there. I bet your comic presser could clean that out. Looks like a little divot on the back of the cover. Cream to off-white pages. Supposedly, page quality doesn't affect the grade. This is funny. It's from Comic Connect, but it's got the Metropolis label on it. This is 5.5 off-white to white pages. When I'm done shooting the video, I'm going to put this photo into my registry set. And I only have 2 more comics graded 4.0. My Batman 11 is 4.0, and my Batman 8 is 4.5. So, convention season starting, maybe I'll be able to trade one of these and apply a little cash to get the upgrade I need for those other 2 books. So here you see my Batman 5, graded 5.5. So it was only a half a grade lower than the one I was going to get from a vendor in Pennsylvania, and it was $1,000 less expensive. So I don't know, it seemed to work out. The 4.5, I'm going to try something. Comic Presser, he pressed up my Daredevil #1, and it came back really, I think almost 2 grades higher than when I sent it to him. So I think I'm going to let him do his magic on this 4.5 just for the heck of it and see what grade it comes back at. This has been another edition of the Comic Book Blog. I'm your host, Jim Houston. See you again soon. Bye.